Hey everyone, I'm Kieron Davis, Studio Director here in Los Angeles, and we're glad to have you back. The LA studio employs all kinds of different disciplines, including marketing, community, video, human resources, legal, finance, IT, facility operations, and of course, development. We have ship artists, character artists, tech artists, designers, engineers, animators, writers, and producers, all working passionately on projects that we all believe in. Now, since you last stopped by, we've made some slight adjustments to our development production practices, aligning feature and pipeline teams to allow for faster iteration, even better quality, clarity, and focus. This was mentioned in our January monthly report, so let's dig in to some of the things the teams here in Los Angeles have completed. Over on the ship team, we've been focused on getting as many ships and vehicles through the pipeline as quickly as possible. So to start, we have the Tumbril Cyclone base model entering its flight prep stage. If you know anything about our internal pipeline steps, which are detailed in our monthly ship shape segments on Around the Verse, the flight prep phase is one of the best steps in getting any ship ready for flight. Now I know what you're saying, but Eric, the Cyclone isn't a ship, and that's correct. It's a ground vehicle, but since the pipeline was initially established to build flying contraptions, we're sticking to that nomenclature. Whatever the vehicle may be, in this phase, we are setting up damage states and generating all LOD versions to allow for the best possible performance. The Cyclone is getting ready to join the other 57 flyable ships and vehicles in the verse. Another ship we're making progress on is the Anvil Hurricane. This fighter packs a wallop and is currently entering the final art stage, which means we're breaking out UVs, applying custom normals, as well as final materials and decals, finalizing animations, and making sure we achieve the quality of what you've come to expect in the verse. While art is into its final phases, the other disciplines are working on wrapping up their work before the Hurricane enters flight prep. And we're looking good to hit our SC Alpha 3.2 goal as seen on the public roadmap. Bringing the classic consolidated Outland Mustang into the New World Order is going swimmingly, and this reworking is also entering the final art stages like the Hurricane before continuing through the pipeline. The updated Mustang is also planned for delivery in the SC Alpha 3.2 patch in Q2. The last ship currently being worked on in Los Angeles is one that we featured 2 weeks ago on Ship Shape, the Anvil Terrapin. Our art team has been pencils down as other disciplines push forward to wrap up their work, such as implementing the final player animations like getting in and out of the pilot seat, the door opening and closing, landing gear folding in and out, as well as the armored shell. We've made steady progress on lots of different tools to help speed up and simplify things, allowing the team to get more done quicker. One tool that we knocked out together was this unified tool installer, a definite quality of life improvement for our teams. This allows for automatic updates to each of the tools our artists and designers use, a one installer to rule them all kind of thing. Another tool we implemented alongside our global compadres was support for loadouts in one of our commonly used programs, Maya. This allows for animators across the globe to polish and preview their animations given a particular loadout. A loadout can be anything the character is wearing that obviously will affect the animation. For example, a character might be sitting at a table, but their arm isn't touching the table's surface, it's just floating there. Without their armor on, you wouldn't actually know why that elbow's just floating awkwardly. These poses change dramatically when polishing animations, and now our team can see them in Maya ahead of time instead of guessing until they see it rendered in-game. And since our last update, our character team knocked out a tremendous amount of work on both the Star Citizen, Persistent Universe, and Squadron 42, some of which you saw in the vertical slice at the end of the year.
right, let's get... All right, let's get them out of there. Ready up. Naga, get the door.
No, I've never been on one of these. It's nice. Not as nice as a Bengal, but nice.
Move it! Oh, come on, clear out!
What? No, please. OMC's gonna have to teach you screw tops some manners. Are you looking to start trouble? Always.
Easy, Aldo. Just trying to get a rise out of him.
Did I get a rise out of you, Aldo?
That's enough. Let's go, over there. The big one's coming out.
No sudden moves.
Relax, son. I'm not in a hurry.
Yeah. Ain't like we're gonna be here long.
Ain't like they're gonna be here long either.
What the hell are you all going on about?
It's very simple. We're OMC. And OMC belongs to Sato Khan. And Sato Khan doesn't like people messing with his things, you got me?
They've been pressing forward on all kinds of uniforms, armors, and clothes, such as the upcoming Port Olisar collection. We have several pieces of this collection in production, from high poly to in-game mesh, which will soon be headed to texturing, rigging, and implementation for in-game stores around Port Olisar. We've also made lots of progress on several legacy armor sets as well. The Legacy Light Outlaw just moved into its in-game mesh stage, where we'll make a low poly version that helps with performance, but also allows for maximum quality. Once that's done, it'll move into final texturing, rigging, and final implementation. Like a young Edna Mode once believed, capes are always in fashion, so we're understandably excited about this one. The other two Legacy Outlaw sets, both the heavy and the medium, just started their high poly phase, which lets us flesh out the nooks and crannies of the armor before getting it ready for final texturing. The Legacy Light Marine armor has also entered high poly phase and will soon go into the in-game low poly modeling, texturing, and rigging. All of these armor sets help to keep fleshing out the look and feel of our universe, and all of them are on track for their respective releases, found on the public roadmap for SC Alpha 3.2. Our sets of armor have lots of layers and customization options, as evidenced by the upcoming Shipjacker set, designed for Squadron 42, that's making its way into the Star Citizen Persistent universe. We're starting on the undersuit before working through all of the other Shipjacker pieces and getting the full set ready to go. On top of that, the team has other PU characters in various states of production, such as high-quality mission givers, not unlike Miles and Rudo, as well as concept for upcoming characters planned for future releases. We also have one of our newly refined feature teams focusing on the character customizer. The internal excitement is palpable for this feature as our first baseline of character customization. The feature team is working on the base implementation, building on the great work that was done last year and putting the final touches on this first implementation. It will include the ability to choose a head, skin tone, eye color, hairstyle, and hair color for your character. All of these new settings, as you'd imagine, need to persist, so the team is putting the final touches on the back-end functionality so it works as expected. To allow for strong performances, not just on our human characters, but also on our aliens, we've implemented a facial rig that elegantly translates human performances into ones that are, well, alien. You got a glimpse of the performance from Andy Serkis's behind-the-scene featurette, and this will allow the character's animation to connect to his and other strong performances we're getting in Squadron 42. In all of phases of development, we're always R&Ding our prototyping work prior to committing final resources to completing it. And one feature that we're very passionate about is our director camera mode. We've listened to your feedback, and we are striving to make this much more robust and user-friendly. We plan on developing these much more intuitive and obvious controls to make it so you don't have to do wacky button combinations to get great shots or videos in our game. Like it says in the caveats, you won't find certain features like this on the public roadmap, because we want to make sure we've got something we're happy with before allocating the resources that are needed as it aligns with their backlog, and then pushing to get it in-game and your hands as quickly as possible. Last but certainly not least, we've had our newly focused vehicle feature team spearheading tons of ship optimizations. The intention with optimizations is not just finding that big ticket item that will fix everything, although that's great, but focusing our efforts on breaking down tasks that our code base is running from milliseconds down to microseconds. The team has been pushing hard, converting remaining items from item 1.0 to item 2.0, such as missiles, missile racks, object data bank, EMP, and various bugs and crashes to get that FPS counter as high as possible. And that about does it for us here in Los Angeles. We hope you enjoyed our update, because we always enjoy having you along for the adventure of making Squadron 42 and Star Citizen and sharing every possible detail that we can. Thanks from all of us here for watching, and a big thank you to our subscribers for enabling us to give you the in-depth look at the nitty-gritty particulars, as well as our backers for letting us pour our passion into something as great as these two projects. Take care, and we'll see you in the verse.